going to do today is I'm going to walk to Bukit Nanas and show you my route that I took from the bus stop as a kid. How old was I then? I think I must have been about 11 or 12. Actually, maybe even earlier. I don't remember. Okay, so I got my kopiku coffee. That's the bus stop over there, or that's where I thought it was. It was around there somewhere. I'm going to go down this way. Okay, so I've crossed the street. Typically, I would be walking on this side of the street, and it's been raining in Kuala Lumpur for the last 2 days. Yesterday it was incessant. Didn't stop at all. Petaling Street. Okay, it was this place under this bridge. Right, I think it's been here for quite some time, because I remember when I was a kid I used to come down this way out of Petaling Street, which is one of the ways that I used to walk to school. And I think under this bridge there was a fortune teller, and he used some kind of shells on suspended, or through it was some sticks, and he used to sit down under the stairs around here somewhere. That made a big impression on me. So if I'm not mistaken, this has been here for a long time. Maybe Marcel could correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks old-ish. So I don't have a camera, so it would be a good thing to take a photograph of the bridge, I mean. Yeah, so this is the first time I've been on this bridge as far as I can remember. I don't remember ever taking this, I don't think. So, very nice. So one of the streets I used to walk down was this street. Don't really remember if this building was there, but certainly this road. And I remember, if I'm not mistaken, I think there was a guitar shop here. Maybe it was another street running parallel, but I'm pretty sure that it's one of these streets. I mean, these buildings are old. How old? Don't know. And you've seen that side of so this is Kota Raya, if I'm not mistaken. That building in this area. So this place has been okay, so these are the old shops. And if I remember correctly, which I probably don't, there was a guitar shop along one of these streets. Exactly where, I don't know. And I also remember there used to be a newsstand around here, and that's where I first saw a copy of Melody Maker and New Musical Express, if you can imagine those in as newspapers. Some new buildings next to old ones. 1888. Wow, that's quite old, that particular building. I mean, Kuala Lumpur was founded in 1857, so it would have been just right around when Kuala Lumpur was founded. Well, a few years after. And I think one of the magazine stores were around here somewhere. All changed now, obviously. And this is the road that I used to walk down to get to my school, which is on Bukit Nanas. Bukit Nanas is up there. I'll tell you more about it when I get there. This is another street that I used to walk up from because let's get across. Like I said, there were several streets running parallel to the one I just took that I used to take as well. And I guess you could say it was quite a walk for a young kid. Like I say, I can't remember when I actually started taking the bus. I think I must have been in Form 1. In Form 1, I think I must have been about 13. 12 was Standard 6, I remember. And my memory fails me. What can I say? Yeah, I could have come that way too. So all these shop houses are pretty old. Okay, so we're coming up to Bukit Nanas. That's the thing right down there. Look at these shops. They're old. Obviously it's been renovated somewhat. Old styly. Looks like most of the shops are closed. Maybe they'll open later. Maybe. So anyway, this is very familiar to me. Another old building. Air conditioners, obviously, because this is Malaysia. Like I say, I think it's going to rain soon, so I will have to probably go with what the weather dictates. So this is coming up to Bukit Nanas. There didn't used to be a road up here, but this is newly constructed so you can easily access Bukit Nanas. Christmas is here around the corner, obviously. This is the road I used to frequent to. There used to be an Indian place that I used to visit. Okay, so this is coming up to Bukit Nanas, which is this. Bukit is hill, Nanas is pineapple. And this is St. John's Cathedral. When was it built? I think probably during the colonial era. And that would be, this particular place, I think would be around the 1900s. Because I know that some of the places were established around here. Okay, let me tell you why it's called Bukit Nanas. Bukit Nanas because I don't think this building was here. I think there was a road down leading from up there. Okay, so anyway, Bukit Nanas means Pineapple Hill. Now, how did it get its name? Well, before it was called Bukit Nanas, it was actually called Bukit Gombak. And the reason they changed it was because in one story, I walked up that place too. There wasn't a walkway at that time. And I remember seeing an Indian man taking a piss there, and he had an erection. He was pretty sizable, and it gave me a bit of a shock. Anyway, yes, where was I? Bukit Nanas, yes. It was first called Bukit Gombak, and they changed it to Bukit Nanas because one story said that during the Klang Wars, there used to be a stockade up this hill, and in order to make it more difficult for the enemy to attack it, they planted a lot of pineapples, and as a deterrent. So that's how it got its name, from there. So I'm coming up to St. John's Cathedral. I used to visit this place quite a lot because I used to go to church here at some point, sometimes. I wonder if it's open now. Many a thing used to happen here. I had a rendezvous once with a girl, and I brought a friend along as a chaperone because I was a very shy boy, and her name was Zell. I remember that, and I brought along my friend Marcel, who accompanied me, and he sat in the row behind, or a couple of rows behind, and I met her in the couple of rows in front. Okay, I'm going to keep quiet here because it's a church. And if I'm not mistaken, we sat in one of these seats over here. Exactly which one I don't know, but one of these. I've been in the back before. Don't ask me how I got there. Electronic drum set. Some other things for the band. And if I remember correctly, there used to be a staircase from St. John's, which is this building over here, which is a school, leading to this church. Oh, there's a new building behind. This is new to me. There you go. That's the staircase that leads to the school. So I guess this place houses whoever looks after the school, possibly. I'm just keeping a bit quiet because I'm trying to be respectful. It's a nice place. Wow, look at it. Male toilet. I think I need it. Okay, let me go to the toilet. It's a nice building. It's a nice church, and does bring back some memories and a sense of comfort, really, in a funny way. So this is Bukit Nanas. Walking up Bukit Nanas, it's 94 meters above sea level and 380 something feet. I'm going to cross over to the other side because this is the way I used to walk up. And besides this building, it wasn't here. It just had a slope. And I remember there used to be trees, quite huge trees. And one of them, St. John's International School. So they've extended it. This is an international school now, or international school. So this is new. And this place used to be just leading down to a road, which I think there's another art center down here, which I'll visit at some point. And I think that house was there still. That thing that's been renovated at the moment. Maybe it's been restored, I don't know. But I remember that being here. I remember listening to Queen, Killer Queen by Queen. And here there used to be a slope down, and I remember there used to be a tree of vines. And I used to swing on the vines. And over here, this big tree underneath this place used to be a tofu seller. He used to sell tofu pho, not tofu pho, I don't know what it's called. The soft tofu with soybean water, and you can either have it with brown sugar, white sugar, without the soya water, or you could have it with soya water mixed in. And I used to love it when I was young. And also this is coming up to St. John's Primary School. Sorry, terima kasih. And I remember I was a very shy kid, like I was saying. I used to be dropped off with my lunchbox, and I never used to eat lunch. Instead, I used to just save it until after school. And this tree that has been cut used to be a tiny little tree. A tiny little tree that I used to sit under and eat my lunch when it was time to go home, waiting for my bus to pick me up. This is new, never used to have this. And this is the school that I went to when I was young. From 7 onwards, I think. Yeah, 6 or 7 onwards. And this is coming up to the assembly hall where we used to assemble. There used to be a library here too. Yeah, so that's the school hall. I think that's the library. School hall is behind, or it's on top. The Dewan Tun Dr. Ismail. That means and there used to be a staircase leading down here, which I think there still is. to the canteen. And that's the canteen down there, if it still is the canteen. And that's where I had 20 cents curries and 10 cents curries. I remember playing in this field. And this is St. John's Institution. And it was built in 1906, if I'm not mistaken. And this is a heritage site. It was gazetted as a heritage site by the federal government. And so it's a heritage site, basically, which is good. I remember this car park. And it wasn't like this when I was here anyway. Not totally. Yeah, when I was here, they had cement and it wasn't brick. This looks as though it's been bricked up now. And I used to be in the roller skating club, and we used to roller skate around the car park as our roller skating rink. And I was also a school athlete here. I represented the 4x100 relay team, and we were pretty successful. We won most of the meets that we had. I was first long jumper, and I was first champion of the school until a certain Tony Loke came around, and then he smashed records and took the crown from me. So I was number one for a bit. Okay, so it's been, founded in 1904, not 19... Did I say 1904? 1906. And again, I think I'll have to go in at some point, but not today, because there's a lot of things for me to cover today. And I also remember I used to come to this place, AIA building. Okay, let's have a good look at St. John's before we cross the street. Well, I'll cross the street again. And I used to go in there, and I used to be a really... I used to go walk right down to the end of the street. And I don't know if you can see, but it's now a bit built up maybe. But I remember it overlooked the main road. And my friend and me used to go over and throw rocks on the roofs of cars. And it wasn't a very good thing to do, obviously. But at the time I was a bit naughty, I guess you could say. My brother used to get me out of lots of trouble. He used to be the person who got me out of fights. I mean, there's some people, and he would just come in and just intervene. My brother, what can you say? That's the school badge. The old building, lovely, huh? And also built on this hill is the tennis courts. My goodness. Hello. I remember the school scout den used to be next to down there, I think, straight down, next to the tennis court, where I first had my first band, I guess you could call it. It used to be my best friends, Marcel and Karim, and we used to play stuff in the den. Yeah, drums on, whatever we could find, drumsticks. I'm going to walk down this way because once I walk down the hill, I'm not going to come up this way. So this place has changed a bit. I can't remember these buildings, but maybe it's my memory that's failing me. And I remember I used to go across to that place over there because they had jacaranda trees and stuff, and I used to be in the Scouts movement. And I used to pick stuff from this tree as samples for my tree scout badge. I think it was something like that. This is Bukit Nanas in the background, and that is the KL Tower. And also this is Bukit Nanas Girls Convent. And I remember we used to have lots of jokes about this place, and of course there were girls walking about in blue uniforms, and at the time we were definitely very thrilled. This is convent Bukit Nanas, and again, this is the forest. There used to be a pathway up to this place, and in fact this forest it's a forest reserve now. And it says that basically it's a virgin forest, the only virgin forest reserve. In Kuala Lumpur. But I don't think I would call it a virgin forest. I'll call it a primary forest, because I've been up into the jungle, and I think a lot of people, it's a park now, so I think a lot of people have been up there. So I don't think they can call it virgin forest, or maybe I'm actually not understanding the technical term for a virgin forest, but that is my understanding of it. Hasn't been penetrated, and I've definitely penetrated the jungle before. Okay, so this is the park. And it looks as though it's closed. I wonder why. I was about to go up to this place and visit it if I could, but looks as though that's a no-go. Okay, so a bit about this forest and the KL Tower. I don't know how I feel about the KL Tower. I think when was it built? In the 1990s? I think it was inaugurated in 1996, and basically this reserve was gazetted as a forest reserve in 1906, if I'm not mistaken, and it used to comprise 17.5 hectares of primary forest. But in 1996, when the KL Tower was work started on the KL Tower in the 1990s, I mean 1991 or something like that. Basically, what they did was, in order to build that, they cut into the primary forest, and from 17.5 hectares was reduced to 9.6 or 9.7 hectares. So that's almost half of this forest being devastated and destroyed and demolished for a tourist attraction. So that's the old school, and this is part of the school too. When I was in Form 5 I think, I used to have been one of those classes up there, and you see the veranda over there, the banister, not right on top but the one just below. Okay, this is where the old club scout den used to be. It's been extended. What is this place now? Primary school, preschool. Okay. And the scout den, there used to be a scout den over there too. Maybe this very building, I don't know. And okay, if you look up there, you can see I used to stand there at the veranda and look down on everybody passing, the schoolgirls and other people, and we did the naughty thing as well. We used to get bags of water, plastic bags of water, and chuck them onto unsuspecting passerbyers, and we got a few of them wet, which obviously isn't the best thing to do or the nicest thing to do, but I told you I was pretty naughty. The place looks as though they still have the badminton courts, and they still have I don't know if they have a basketball court there. Looks as though it could do with some paint. This is the field that we had all the sports events. I used to be quite a fast runner, and in the relay team they used to always put me on the third leg because my coach then thought I was better around the corners. So that's the old buildings. Don't let me drop my stuff here because I won't be able to retrieve it. That's the field we used to assemble on at times. I don't remember this gate. I think this is new. I remember this place down here, and I think it's turned into a. Oh, look! This is staircase down here. Wow! Did these steps exist? Possibly, because it doesn't look very new. It looks pretty old, and maybe that's a door here. But now it's a car park. It's a nice, cozy feeling. I like it. I like these kind of places. Why? Oh, look, these fruits growing on the roots, on the vines. I think this place was fenced up. I don't think it was with bricks and stuff. It was just fenced up. I remember around right at the end was where the school lab was. So this is a very nostalgic look at where I used to school, and we're coming up to the bottom of Bukit Nanas, which I think is Jalan Raja Chulan. I won't cross the road here because it looks as though there's a road leading up here, and it might be dangerous if there's some car speeding up this place, which wasn't here before. So there only used to be a road down, not a road up. Oh look, it's going down this way. Is it going down the right way? Wow, okay. Those buildings are new. Looks quite a monumental building. Look at those leaves, they're huge. I don't know what this place is. Look at that. Looks like an old building. Not that old. Maybe 70s? I don't know. I might be wrong, but looks like it. The forest reserve, is it open? I could go in, but I think I'll probably run out of memory on my card. The one that I'm really looking forward to is the treetop walk. If I'm not mistaken, there is a treetop walk. That's it. So that's the one I'm looking forward to. Okay, so another place called Old Malaya, 1919. So this is an old place. I wonder if I can walk in here. Why not? I've not been here before. This is completely new to me. It looks like a bar in there, which will probably come to life during the night time. Looks pretty well stocked up. It looks like a nice place to come chill. I love these old buildings. It's amazing. Definitely open to the public. KL Tower. It's a restaurant. Nice. Okay, hope I don't have to mute this place because there's a lot of music happening here. Maybe if I talk over it. Hello. I can get away. Manja, 1947. Hello, how are you?
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. So it's a lovely old building, huh? I like it that they repurpose the buildings for businesses. Okay, so this is coming up to... Oh, it's a noisy bus. Oh, one day I could probably take a hop on and hop off KL bus ride, huh? That would be pretty good. Okay, so this place is coming up to Weld Road. And the supermarket used to be on the corner. I don't remember it being this huge high-rise building. I think it used to be a 3-story affair. Again, maybe my memory, definitely not. There used to be a car park. But now this place is different. I could definitely get lost here. There used to be a house down there. I think now it's been replaced by, built over by these huge buildings. And remember, it used to be called the Bates Residence. And we had an ongoing joke saying, oh, hey, this is Mr. Bates and his son, Master Bates. And if I'm not mistaken, this leads up to the KL Tower. But just let me cross the street here and go down where I used to go down. There also used to be a row of shops down here, if I'm not mistaken. Again, it's just been built over. And there used to be a place called The Ship, where my dad used to take me for steaks. And that's where I fell in love with black pepper steaks. They used to be my favorite. So this place is transformed again. If I didn't know any better, I would not recognize it because it's just been transformed so much. But it's a nice place to walk. I mean, I've seen a lot of people saying that KL is not a very walk-friendly place. But I think I disagree because it is very walkable, especially with all the avenues. And it makes it very nice and pleasant. I don't remember this place. What is this place? Lorong P. Ramlee. Hello, how are you? Sangat berbeza jika bila saya kanak saya datang sini. Tapi sekarang banyak bangunan. But I do like this space. I mean, you know, KL is a very green city. I'm coming down to a place now that used to be my old haunt. What is it called? Not Majestic Hotel. What's it called? Merlin Hotel. That's right. There used to be a place here called Merlin Hotel that I used to play at when I was 17, I think. Yeah, and that's where I used to get up to a lot of things too. That's the first time I really got into smoking ganja. And quite a few things happened in Concord, in Merlin Hotel. There were reports of rooms being haunted. And I remember on the floor where we used to be given a room, a changing room, and to stay over and stuff, which I used to stay over quite a lot. There were 2 rooms actually given to us. And there were reports of a room being haunted. And I remember a friend used to take the piss out of that room, and he used to knock on the door every time he passed. And the next thing I knew, we had a report from one of his friends saying that he was possessed, and he tried to jump out the window, and he was taken and pushed into the shower, and he was knocking the walls of the shower, and he had bruised knuckles, which he showed us. So don't play around with these kind of things. Also, when I remember when I was in the hotel restaurant after work, we used to spend all our money on food and drinks. After playing, I was in the hotel in the in the restaurant downstairs, and all of a sudden we saw this girl. She was head back in the chair, and all of a sudden she started screaming, and her legs was going around in a circular motion, and she just seemed as though she was possessed. And this happened right in front of our eyes. And a man who knew what to do went up to her and put some water on his fingers. I think got some water and held her temples, both sides of the temples, and soon she recovered. And that was the first time I saw something like that with my own eyes. Hard Rock Cafe is over there. I've been there to see some bands and eat some food. I mean, I used to be an unbeliever until I had my own experience too. I remember I used to stay in a place called China House because that's where I used to work. Well, I still work there actually, but remotely now. And I used to stay in this place in China House itself. And I remember once I was woken up, that's the only way I can call it, at about in the middle of the night, which I thought was the middle of the night. And I woke up and I sat up. And I looked to my right and I saw that there was a light down below, which was an area of China House. And I thought, gosh, there's somebody down there. What are they doing here? I looked at my watch, it was 3 minutes past 4. And I thought, well, there can't be anybody here at 3 minutes past 4. So I was telling myself, what do I do if they come up to my room? Should I scream? Should I shout to try to scare them away? Or should I prepare myself, get something to arm myself and fight them when they came up? And as I looked at the light, it gradually started moving away to the front of the establishment. And it wasn't shaky, it seemed as though it was floating. And soon it disappeared. No sound, no nothing. And I was terrified. My hair was standing on end. And that was it. So the only thing different for that night was that my room window, I opened my room windows to let some air in. And I don't usually do that because of the mosquitoes. But that was the only thing different I did. So I thought, okay. Next day I asked the staff, I said, were any of you here at 4 o'clock in the morning? And they said, no way. We were off by 2 o'clock. And that's when I really got scared. And that particular night I didn't stay in that particular room in the building. And I stayed with another place around the corner, which staff used. And I came to the conclusion, really, that it doesn't really matter where you stay. If you're going to see a spirit, you're going to see a spirit. And also, it was a bit of a wake-up call, because basically I asked myself, is there anything that I should be afraid of? And if there's nothing I should be afraid of, why am I afraid? Have I done anything wrong? Have I done anything that needs to be addressed? And so that morning I called my mum up and touched base with her and said hello. And at some point in the future I actually spoke to her about my experience. And she said she had a similar experience when she was in the hospital, maternity hospital. She couldn't sleep, so she went out and sat down at a table. And she fell asleep at the table with her head down on the desk. And before she knew it, she felt some lights going on below her. And she woke up and there was nobody there. So this is me saying bye.